There's more trouble on the horizon for the Attawapiskat First Nation in northern Ontario. The federal government is ordering the community to pay back nearly $2 million. An audit found the band cannot account for the money it was supposed to have spent on housing. And as our Ottawa Bureau Chief Jacques Bourbeau reports, the band manager doesn't have much to say about the audit or how the band will pay the money back.
With winter upon it, many of its residents living in dilapidated shacks, Attawapiskat declared a state of emergency.
Wind still goes through, you can see the frost.
The government responded, sending 22 modular homes to the Northern Ontario Reserve. But Prime Minister Harper was not willing to shoulder all of the blame.
The government already spending tens of millions of dollars in this particular community. It's also spending additional monies on particular emergency needs because of mismanagement.
Harper's concerns led to an audit to see how Attawapiskat spent the $104 million it received over a 6-year period. That audit led to a follow-up, and it shows 54% of the transactions examined had either incomplete or no supporting documentation. The auditors also say there is $1.8 million in unaccounted housing transactions, and Ottawa wants that money back. NDP critic Jean Crowder says clearly there are problems with Attawapiskat's record-keeping, but she wonders how this desperately poor reserve will come up with the cash.
Clearly you can't continue to have funds not accounted for, but I'm not sure you can already take a band that's probably, I would suggest a number of the members are living below the poverty line and remove funding from them.
In a written response, the band insists it paid the $1.8 million for 2 housing contracts, although it admits the records to prove this are incomplete. Global News contacted the band's manager, Wayne Turner, but he said he couldn't speak to us today. Attawapiskat has been under co-management for a decade, an outside party hired to help the band better manage its money. But obviously, that hasn't worked.
The co-manager is supposed to work with the band to build capacity and to make sure systems are in place so you don't have these kinds of problems. And so this points to a real failure of the co-management system as well.
The government now wants to do another audit, looking at how Attawapiskat has been spending its money the last 2 years. But the band's leaders say they want to clarify what the government means by a financial review before it agrees to the audit. Jacques Bourbeau, Global News, Ottawa.